Have you ever held something so small in your hand, yet it carried the weight of a fortune? Imagine reaching into your change jar, pulling out a single penny, and realizing you are holding not just 1 cent, but a life-changing treasure. These aren't ordinary coins. These are legendary pieces of American history, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by sharp eyes and lucky hands. Tonight, you and I are stepping into a world most people overlook, the shadowy realm of rare coins, where forgotten pennies, nickels, and dimes explode in value, selling for sums that feel almost unreal. But I promise you, this is not fiction. This is the truth. And once you hear about the 4 incredible coins I'm about to reveal, your heart will race with the possibility that you, too, might have one sitting quietly in a box, a drawer, or a coin jar. So don't you dare click away, because what you're about to learn could turn pocket change into a jackpot. Stay locked in, stay focused, and let's uncover these 4 rare treasures together. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why collectors are paying staggering amounts of money, sums that can change lives, for coins that most people would overlook in an instant. Welcome to U.S. Coins Worth Secrets, your most trusted and faithful guide to the world of hidden treasures and everyday fortunes. When we talk about legendary coins in the collector's market, we're not just talking about old metal. We're talking about history frozen in time, about a piece of America's story that slipped into circulation decades ago and somehow survived against the odds. The 1957 D wheat penny is one of those stories, born in an era when the United States was booming after World War II, yet still facing the Cold War tensions of a divided world. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint, carrying that bold D mint mark on its reverse. The wheat penny itself had been a proud part of American currency since 1909, with those iconic wheat stalks symbolizing prosperity, growth, and the backbone of American agriculture. But the 1957 D, this is no ordinary wheat penny. This is the kind of coin that becomes legendary, not only because of its age, but because of the secrets it carries in its surface. Now, here's where things get fascinating. The example we're talking about today is a specimen in very fine condition, which means the coin has survived circulation with much of its detail intact, Lincoln's portrait still sharp, the wheat stalk still defined, and the fields showing minimal wear. But what sets this coin apart are the mysterious black spots that mark its back. Collectors are captivated by these unique toning patterns because they create a fingerprint unlike any other. Think about it. 2 coins may share a date, a mint mark, even the same grade, but those natural imperfections make each coin one of a kind. And in the coin world, uniqueness equals desire. Desire equals demand. And demand creates value that skyrockets beyond imagination. What makes this 1957 D even more mesmerizing is its rarity in such well-preserved condition. Millions of wheat pennies were struck that year, but how many survived the decades without being lost, melted down, or worn to nothing? Very few. And of those survivors, only the rarest carry distinguishing features like these black spots that ignite bidding wars among collectors hungry for exclusivity. Today's coin market is electrified with demand. Auctions across the country are seeing record-breaking prices for rare coins. And this 1957 D wheat penny has become one of the shining stars. Collectors understand that this isn't just a copper coin, it's a piece of treasure, a gem from history that stands out like a beacon in a sea of common coins. So, what is the treasure value of this coin in today's auction market? Brace yourself, because this is where things get truly unbelievable. In very fine condition with these rare markings, this coin is sold for a staggering $100,000. Yes, you heard me right, $100,000. And let me make this crystal clear, this isn't some exaggerated rumor. This is absolutely current right now in the market. This price is real, this price is true, and it has transformed ordinary collectors into people holding a fortune in their hands. Think about that for a moment. Something struck in 1957, worth just a penny to most people, now commands a 6-figure sum. That is not less than a treasure chest sitting quietly in your pocket. That is big money, serious value, the kind of discovery that makes your heart stop when you realize what you are holding. And the best part? The market for this coin is not cooling, it is heating up. The value of this treasure is climbing higher with each passing year. Collectors know it. Auction houses know it. And now you know it. If you're a collector, even just someone curious about coin hunting, this coin teaches us one powerful lesson. underestimate the small details. A mint mark, a spot, a toning pattern. These are the fingerprints of rarity. And in the world of rare coins, rarity is the golden key that unlocks treasure. My tip for you: always examine your wheat pennies carefully. Look for that D mint mark from Denver, study the surfaces for unusual toning or markings, and keep your eyes sharp for coins that stand out from the ordinary. You never know when you might stumble across the next six-figure piece hiding in plain sight. So, the 1957 D wheat penny with black spots isn't just a collectible. It's a living, breathing example of how history rewards those who pay attention. It's a reminder that the market is alive, surging, and full of opportunity. And if you hold one, you aren't just holding a coin, you're holding a fortune, a treasure chest, a piece of America that grows more valuable every single day. And trust me, U.S. Coins Worth Secrets keep bringing you the truth, the updates, and the breaking stories on coins like this. Because this isn't fiction, it's real. And one of these treasures might just be waiting for you. Now buckle up, because if you thought the first coin was jaw-dropping, the second one will push you even further to the edge of your seat. The 1955 D wheat penny is one of those coins that has achieved near mythical status in the collector's world. Not because of a simple date or a common strike, but because of a quirk of nature, an extraordinary red layer shining from its surface. This is where history, chemistry, and rarity all collide to create one of the most valuable copper coins alive today. Let's rewind the story to 1955. America was in the middle of its post-war boom. Families were buying cars, televisions, and moving into new suburbs. In Denver, the mint was busy churning out millions of coins for everyday use: pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, all destined for the pockets of ordinary Americans. But within that sea of copper came a few specimens that would become immortal. The 1955 D penny, struck in copper alloy, was never meant to be anything extraordinary. Yet some of these coins developed an extraordinary natural red luster, a surface layer that shines with brilliance even decades later. This fiery red tone is not just beautiful, it is a phenomenon. Collectors call this red color grading, and in the wheat penny series, it is one of the most desired traits. Why? Because copper is notorious for darkening and fading over time. To find a coin that has not only survived but still glows with this reddish vibrancy is like uncovering a ruby in a pile of stones. Now, you might be thinking, it's just color, what's the big deal? But let me tell you, in the world of coin collecting, color equals rarity and rarity equals treasure. A 1955 D wheat penny in fine condition with a preserved red layer is so scarce, so eye-catching, that collectors treat it as a once-in-a-lifetime find. The red glow on its surface is like a signal fire. It tells seasoned collectors this coin has been protected, preserved, and elevated beyond the ordinary. And here's where things get exciting. This isn't just any red coin. This is a coin minted at Denver, carrying the D mint mark, which already sets it apart in circulation history. Combine that with its fine condition, meaning its details are still bold. Lincoln's profile crisp and the wheat ears defined, and you have a combination that collectors dream of. The story gets even deeper. Think about the passage of time. From 1955 until today, how many coins like this have survived? Copper corrodes. Red surfaces fade. Fine details wear down. Out of the millions originally minted, only a handful remain in this stunning red layer condition. That's why this penny isn't just a collectible, it's a survivor, a warrior from history that defied the odds and emerged as a blazing gem of American numismatics. Now, let's talk about what everyone's waiting for: the market value. Hold your breath, because this is where things get surreal. In today's auction houses and today's booming collector's market, a 1955 D wheat penny with this red brilliance in fine condition has commanded an astonishing $103,000. Yes, you heard that right. $103,000. And let me make this perfectly clear. This price is not outdated. This is current right now, absolutely real in today's market. Think about it. A coin that most people would mistake for just another penny is a six-figure fortune. This is not just money. This is a treasure chest in copper, a glowing relic that can make its finder feel like they have uncovered buried gold. And here's the truth. These values aren't standing still. They are climbing. With every auction, every collector hungry to secure these scarce survivors, the value of this 1955 D red layer penny is only growing higher. Waiting means watching the treasure increase before your very eyes. If you're serious about coins or even just starting your journey, this is the kind of coin you dream of finding. My biggest tip: always study your wheat pennies under good light. Look for that red surface glow. Look for that D mint mark. Because while most pennies will look ordinary, once in a while, you will come across a piece like this and it will change everything. And here's the beautiful truth: it's not fantasy. These coins are out there. They slip through hands, they rest in forgotten jars. They sit in old collections waiting for someone to recognize their true worth. Every great collector's story begins with that one discovery. This could be yours. So when you hold a 1955 D wheat penny in your palm and see that flash of red, don't ignore it. Treasure it. Protect it. Because you're not holding just a coin, you're holding a slice of America's history, a survivor that defied time, and a piece of fortune that the market treasures more and more every single day. And remember, here at U.S. Coins Worth Secrets, we bring you these stories not as fiction, but as truth. This channel is your faithful and trusted guide, updated daily with the treasures and secrets that the world of coins is revealing right now. Stay tuned, because the next coins on our list will take this excitement to an entirely new level. Now, my friends, if your pulse is already racing from the coins we have uncovered so far, get ready. Because what I'm about to reveal is not just another coin, it's a chapter of American history, a hidden survivor that has climbed to become one of the most sought-after treasures in the auction world today. The year was 1938. America was standing on the edge of monumental change. The Great Depression had taken its toll. Families were scraping together whatever they could, and Europe was sliding toward the outbreak of World War II. Every dime mattered to ordinary people, but few could have imagined that some of those dimes struck in quiet United States. Mints would one day transform into priceless artifacts. Among those coins was the 1938 dime without a mint mark, a coin that at first glance looks unassuming, even ordinary. But here lies the secret. Its lack of a mint mark is precisely what makes it extraordinary. You see, mint marks are like the DNA of a coin. They tell us where a coin was born: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and so on. But in 1938, for certain runs, coins came out of the presses with no mint mark at all. And that tiny absence, that empty space where a letter should be turned a simple dime into a collector's obsession. Composition-wise, this coin was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper. That alone gives it weight and value far beyond modern dimes, which are clad in base metals. When you hold one of these silver dimes, you are holding something solid, something with intrinsic worth. But what elevates the 1938 no mint mark dime above the rest is its scarcity and high condition. The specimen we're talking about today is in very fine condition, a survivor that has defied decades of circulation. Think about that. This coin has traveled through hands, pockets, and tills since the late 1930s, yet its design is still bold, its surface is strong, and its history intact. That alone makes it a standout. But when you combine its condition with the absence of a mint mark, you have a recipe for true treasure. Now let's dive into its unique features. On the obverse, you'll find the famous design of Liberty, often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury, which is why these are commonly called Mercury dimes. Liberty wears a winged cap symbolizing freedom of thought, an image so powerful that it has become iconic in the United States. Coinage. Flip the coin and the reverse shows the fasces, a bundle of rods tied around an axe, symbolizing strength and unity with an olive branch wrapped around it, promising peace. It's more than a coin, it's a message struck in silver from a nation enduring hardship but holding on to its values. Now here's where collectors lean forward. Dimes from 1938 are not incredibly rare in general, but dimes from 1938 without a mint mark, in very fine condition, surviving into today's market, that is a true phenomenon. Every collector knows how hard it is to find these without heavy wear. The survival rate is painfully low, and scarcity like that lights a fire in the auction world. So what happens when such a coin surfaces in today's market? The answer will shock you. The 1938 no mint mark dime, in very fine condition, is currently commanding an eye-watering $120,000 in today's auctions. Yes, $120,000. And let me emphasize this with absolute certainty. This value is current, true, and real, not outdated, not fiction. This is the treasure price of today's booming rare coin market. Imagine that. A simple dime, struck at a time when every cent mattered, has transformed into a six-figure fortune. That's not just value. That's not just money. That is a treasure chest of silver, a relic of history that carries the weight of wealth beyond what most people could imagine from such a small piece of metal. And here's what makes this even more powerful. The value of this coin is not standing still. It is climbing. Collectors know how few exist, and every time one comes to auction, the demand skyrockets. Waiting is not losing. Waiting is watching the treasure grow. This is the truth, and I tell you faithfully, the 1938 no mint mark dime is one of those coins that can literally make a person rich overnight if they stumble across it. For collectors, here's my advice. Study your Mercury dimes carefully. Hold them under good light. Check the date, and then check the area where the mint mark should be. If it's blank, if there's no D or S, then pause, breathe, and examine that coin carefully. Because you may just be holding a piece of silver history worth far more than you ever imagined. And remember this, treasures like this are out there. They sit in collections, they hide in old drawers, they slip unnoticed in family heirlooms. The magic of coin collecting is that one discovery can change your story forever. The 1938 no mint mark dime is not a myth. It is a treasure alive in today's market. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of America's soul, a silver symbol of resilience and hope, and a fortune that grows more powerful with every passing day. And here at U.S. Coins Worth Secrets, I promise you this. Every story I share is real, every update is true, and every treasure we uncover is faithfully reported for you. Because in this world of coins, knowledge isn't just power, it's the key to unlocking fortune. Stay tuned, because the fourth and final coin will take this treasure hunt to its highest peak yet. We've already uncovered 3 treasures that prove the world of rare coins is alive, thrilling, and full of opportunity. But now, prepare yourself because the 1930 no mint mark dime takes us to a whole new peak. This isn't just a coin. This is one of the crown jewels of American numismatics. A silver relic that can transform an ordinary discovery into an unforgettable treasure. Let's set the scene. The year was 1930, the Roaring Twenties had just come to a close, and America was stepping into the storm of the Great Depression. Money was scarce, people were struggling, and every single dime mattered to families trying to survive those dark years. And yet, in the middle of that struggle, the United States Mint struck coins that would one day become far more valuable than anyone of that time could have dreamed. Among them, the 1930 dime without a mint mark. On the surface, it looks simple enough, but history hides in the smallest details. That missing mint mark, that tiny blank space, where a letter should be, has elevated this coin into the realm of legend. Mint marks act like fingerprints, telling collectors exactly where a coin came from. When a coin emerges without one, it becomes instantly rarer, instantly mysterious, and instantly valuable. This dime was struck in the same beautiful composition as its brothers of the era. 90% silver, 10% copper. Solid, shining, and timeless. On the obverse, you see Liberty in her winged cap, the design many mistake for Mercury, which is why collectors lovingly call it a Mercury dime. That winged cap symbolizes the freedom of thought, the spirit of innovation, and the American ideal of liberty soaring higher. On the reverse, the fasces, bound rods with an axe, represent strength and unity, while the olive branch wrapped around it promises peace. Strength and peace, bound together, struck into silver during one of America's hardest decades. Now think about the journey this coin has taken. Minted in 1930, it's circulated through hands, survived pockets, drawers, wars, and decades of wear. And yet the example we are celebrating today remains in very fine condition. The lines are still crisp. Liberty's face is still bold. The fasces and olive branch remain detailed. To survive nearly a century and retain such quality is nothing short of remarkable. And let's not forget the true rarity here, the absence of the mint mark. Collectors crave anomalies, and the 1930 no mint mark dime delivers exactly that. Its survival numbers are low. Its demand is sky high. And when you combine rarity with condition, the result is something that auction houses fight over and collectors dream of. So now comes the moment you have been waiting for. What is the market treasure value of this coin today? Take a deep breath, because the truth is staggering. In very fine condition, this 1930 no mint mark dime is selling in today's auction market for an extraordinary $135,000. Yeah, $135,000. This is no exaggeration, no fiction, no guess. This is absolutely current, real, and true. Think about what that means. A simple dime struck in 1930 now stands as a six-figure fortune. That is not less than gold, not less than a buried treasure. It is a treasure chest in silver, alive and climbing in value every single year. Collectors know it, auction houses know it, and now you know it too. And here's the part that makes my heart race. The value is still rising. The market is booming, and coins like this are pulling in more and more attention. Every time a 1930 no mint mark dime in very fine condition appears, the bidding explodes. This is a coin that doesn't just hold its worth, it multiplies it. To own one is to own a piece of history and a growing treasure. So here's my tip for collectors. Don't overlook your Mercury dimes. Inspect every single one carefully. Look for that missing mint mark. Look for that survivor quality. Because while most people will see just a dime, the careful collector may uncover a fortune worth six figures. And when you do, you'll know that you've unlocked something extraordinary, a piece of America's history, a silver relic, and a treasure that could make you feel like you've struck the jackpot. The 1930 no mint mark dime is proof that treasures don't always come in gold bars or hidden chests. Sometimes they come in coins small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, yet powerful enough to change your life. And there you have it, the four coins that are rewriting the rules of collecting in today's market. A 1957 D wheat penny, a blazing red 1955 D, the legendary 1938 no mint mark dime, and the stunning 1930 no mint mark dime. Each one worth a fortune, each one climbing higher in value, each one a true treasure of America. Now let me ask you this. How many times have you passed a penny, a dime, a nickel without a second thought? How many times has a coin slipped through your fingers without you realizing it might hold a six-figure secret? These coins prove one powerful truth. Treasures are closer than you think. They are waiting in drawers, jars, collections, and wallets. All it takes is knowledge, patience, and sharp eyes. Here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, I bring you the truth, the real updates, the faithful insights, and the stories that others overlook. This channel is your trusted guide to the world of rare coins, updated daily, packed with secrets that could unlock life-changing discoveries. So if you felt your heart race tonight, if you felt the thrill of treasure calling to you, then don't just watch, join us. Subscribe now, stay with this faithful community, and never miss the next great story. Because the next coin I reveal might just be the one sitting in your pocket right now. This is US Coins Worth Secrets, and together we are uncovering treasures, one coin at a time.